welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, oh, what's good, y'all? So let me tell y'all, I am here to do a story time, and this is actually going to be a story time about the time a homeless drug dealer threatened to kill me. Yes, honey, a homeless drug dealer threatened to kill me, and his exact words was he was going to drag me up and down the streets of downtown LA. I said, bruh, please, I want to see you try. Before I actually get into the video, please guys don't roast me on my lashes. So I just did a review on BH Cosmetics and I got these lashes from there, and literally I don't like them. Like, honestly, they turned around to be like really not the greatest lashes ever, because it came with glue and it just keeps popping off like every 2 seconds, like it keep lifting up. So if at any time in this video you get distracted and see that it's coming up right here in the front, or like even over here towards the ends, that's why. The glue sucks. So be on the lookout for my lashes. That's gonna be dropping soon, guys. So hit the subscribe so you guys can be up to date whenever I go ahead and drop this. It's coming pretty soon, okay? This story starts in November 2016. So for those of you who are new to my channel, you may not know, or maybe you've seen the last few videos or whatever, but I talk about my experience about how I was homeless. At one point in time, like, I did have to go to a shelter because I was trying to get into a program. And so I went to this shelter, and this was like literally like my first time out on the streets, okay? First week, like the first few days. So I went to a shelter and they had a time to do, like, let overflow people come in at 7 o'clock. So you had to be there early because it was a first come first serve type of deal. So I got there early and I stayed in line, and I was like literally in the front of the line, right? So about 7 o'clock came, still nobody had came out to come get us. We're still waiting, so I'm just like playing my game on my iPhone. And then all of a sudden I happened to look up and I see this guy, and he was riding his bike, and he looked at me and he waved, and I just did. And he just kept on going. So the next night, I had to wait again in overflow line. And so this time, he decides he's going to stop and he's going to come over and try to talk to me. I'm not into it. Like, I was not even paying him any attention. I'm just like playing this game on my phone. Like, I was just so freaking over it. Like, go away. Like, I don't want to talk to you. So he's just talking to me. He's like, oh, I never seen you around here. I said, I just got over here. He was like, why are you here? And I'm just like, I'm waiting for my housing to come through. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he was just telling me, like, I need to be careful around this area. People are crazy. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, yep, sure. So then he asked me to go with him for dinner. And I was like, no, I can't, because I have to make sure I get in here. He was like, oh, okay. And so then he continued talking to me about some stuff like I don't care about, like his baby mama drama, because he just had a baby. And then his baby mama lied on him about abuse. She said that he hit her, and he never hit her or never put his hands on a female before. This is according to him. And then he ends up saying, like, you know, like, I really want to take you out. Maybe we could get some coffee or something, you know, but you won't let me. And I'm like, look, I have to get in here. And he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, you know, because there's nothing bad about me. Like, I'm a good guy. Like, I grew up in church, and like, I don't do anything bad. The only thing bad that I do is I sell drugs, and that's not even bad. He's like, I don't even drink. I don't even smoke. Like, I'm just a real good dude. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, well, take my number down, because my phone is about to die. So I'm like, okay, sure. So he gave me his number. He told me to text him right now. And then he went off to go charge his phone, right? So I downloaded an app called Text Now. And I'm like, oh, do I get my real number? And the only reason that I got his number and I texted him was because he was going to be in that area, and he knew where I was staying at the time. So I texted him from the Text Now app, and then he ended up texting me a while later talking about it was nice meeting you. I said, you too. And then the next day comes, and he comes over again, and he talks to me. He was like, yo, I need your number. and he was like, his phone got stolen or whatever at Starbucks, and I'm just like, okay. And so he was like, so what's your number? And I was like, what is this number to this app? Like, as I didn't know. I was like, I'll just take your number. So I'll take yours. I was like, no, it's okay. Like, what's your number? I'll just take it. And so I got his number and I texted him from that. And then, you know, he was asking me about the place that I was staying at. And I was telling him, like, it's not that good. Like, right now, we're just sleeping on the floor. He was like, you sleeping on the floor? Get your stuff. You coming with me. Let's go. I'm like, no. Like, I'm good. He's like, no, come with me. Like, you don't need to be sleeping on the floor. I'm like, I'm good. It's okay. And he was like, you can come to my crib. You can come to my crib. I'm like, no. He's like, why not? It's nothing wrong there. Like, you will be there by yourself anyways, because I'm going to be working majority of the night. I'm not going to do anything. I might come in there for a second, but then I'm going to leave. Like, you're going to have the whole space to yourself. It's real big. It's a nice room, and it's comfortable and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I'm good. Like, that's okay. And he was like, come on. Like, I'll take you to my tent. He said tent. He said tent, y'all. Like, I was like, oh, no. I am not about to go sleep in no freaking tent. You crazy? You think I'm about to not go into this building where there's going to be some type of, actually, they don't have no heat inside there. They don't cut it on. You sleep in the cold because of the germs and stuff like that. So it's literally freezing. It feels like winter time. If you guys are from up north and y'all experience the snow and all that stuff, that's how cold it is. I'm thinking like, yo, am I in Michigan right now? Like, it is freezing in there. But you think I'm about to go outside, sleep in a tent where rats could get inside and get me and come crawling into my mouth and stuff? Negative. That is not about to happen. So, like, by this time, it was Monday. And I kind of mentioned another one of my friends on my live. And I was talking about this guy, how me and him was really good friends. And he was homeless as well, but he was living in his car. I was no longer living in my car anymore because I couldn't afford the payments anymore. So I was telling him, like, maybe we should work together, you know. And he didn't want to work together because he felt like I was childish and I was immature and I needed to grow up. And I'm just looking like, what? Like, to me, it was a smack in the face because, like, knowing his situation, like, he's been homeless longer than I have. And so when I had somewhere to go, he didn't. So I was sending him information like, this place is hiring. There's these apartments in this price range. You could look into low income, and here's information in regards to that. Like, I was helping him out. And so I felt some type of way because he said that I'm childish and I'm not, like, mature, and he told me he wasn't joking and stuff like that. And the reason that had originally came about was because I was telling him something that I wanted to do on my YouTube channel, and I said something to him along the lines like, oh, you could be my servant, LOL. And so he got offended by that and got pissed off and started going off on me, calling me childish and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, I'm always serious. Like, how can you even say that I'm childish? Like, 99.9% of the time, I am serious. Excuse me, I don't want to walk around with a stick up my ass all day. Like, when I'm with my friends, I want to hang out, I want to joke, I want to laugh. But he felt like I was putting people down to make myself feel better about myself. And I was like, look, dude, I'm just joking. Like, I joke with my friends like that. He was like, you always think you're better than other people and that everybody's obsessed with you. And I'm like, I literally do that to my friends. Like, I joke with them. I literally had to text all my friends and ask them, like, do you feel some type of way when I say that? And they said no, because we know you're joking. And then I told him, I was like, all you had to do was say, Raven, like, I don't feel comfortable with you saying stuff like that around me. Can you not do it? And I'll stop. And he said that he didn't believe I would stop. So I'm like, you're being too sensitive. So at that point, I didn't even want to be friends with him anymore. He had my stuff with him, like, in his car. So I didn't want to be friends with him anymore because I'm looking like, when I have friends, like, I want to laugh. Like, I want to joke. I want to have fun. Not feel like I have to worry about offending you over everything, or you taking things too seriously. Or if you feel that if you ask me to stop doing something and you feel that I'm going to keep doing it, there's no reason for us to be friends. So I was like, okay, well, I could come get my stuff or whatever. And he's like, okay. And so I ended up meeting with him, and he was like, he still want to be friends and stuff, but he wanted to leave all that other stuff out of there. And I'm just like, okay, like, we're not gonna be friends. So anyway, at this point, I needed somewhere to put my stuff. So on Tuesday, I really had somewhere to go. Like, I had places to go, so much errands and stuff to run, and I had nowhere to put my stuff. Like, I didn't even know what I was going to do. So I had ended up texting old dude, and I had said, this was like Monday night around 8. I asked him, like, hey, can you do me a favor, right? That was around 8 o'clock. By this time, I'm already inside that building. So when you get into the building, you have to go to bed. Like, bedtime is at 7 o'clock. So I text him, and then after that, I just fell asleep, right? So when I woke up in the morning, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I saw that he had texted me back. He said yes, and that was around 11 o'clock that night on Monday night that he had texted me back. So I texted him back, and I said, hold on, let me tell you. Hold on. I moved it over. Okay, so he texted me, like, during the night, a picture of himself, and he said, still thinking about you. Then I responded on Tuesday morning at 5 o'clock when I woke up, because we had to get up at 5 o'clock. I said, never mind. Then he responded back. He said, come over where I am. So 5:10 comes, right? He texts me back. He says, so you're going to ignore me? Continue on, and he's like, if you asking for favors in the future, maybe you want to think about not ignoring text and texting back in a timely manner, or you just look like the rest of these worthless lowlives that just want me for what I have. Right? So that's what he texted me. And then I ended up texting him back, like, afterwards, because it was a long line in the bathroom, right? So I actually texted him. I texted him back, and I was like, look, homie. I was like, you getting mad because I didn't text you back in a timely manner? I text you as soon as I woke up, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and then I just went back to texting you. And then he started texting me back, talking about, you're crazy. What are you talking about? Like, you're weird as fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, texting me some weird stuff. Like, you get mad at me? Like, we not even together. I don't even know you. Why are you tripping? Like, you tripping because I didn't text you back in that 10 minutes? Like, bruh, what's up? So then he ended up texting me back, like, what are you talking about? Like, you mad at me because I didn't text you back? I was asleep, and I text you back once I saw your message. And I said, exactly. I said, I was asleep, and when I woke up, I saw your text message, and I responded back to you. And then you started going off on me for not texting you back in a timely manner. So then he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes I could be crazy, whatever, right? So he apologized. So then he ended up texting me again around 10:30, and he's like, I'm a little drunk. Want to put my face in York pussy when you come over and hit that deep pussy doggy. I said, negative. I'm not a hoe. He texts back. He go, no, duh. I know that. And I responded back, and I said, genus. And then he responded back, experience tells me that you have more going on than you say. Like, not at all. And then he goes, yeah, you either do or you're avoiding me. I'm like, what is he talking about? You're freaking weird. And then I said, why you say that? He said, well, I'm going to Starbucks. Would have invited you, but I'm sure you're busy. TTYL. Then he responded and said, question, are you a lesbian? I said, hell no. Well, hell with no. I hate auto text when it does that. And then I said, why would you ask that? He says, I said, the fuck? He goes, I was just thinking that trying to talk to you is going to be a waste of time. I said, oh. So then he responded back. He said, very odd. I said, what? He said, They have you intimidated? Are you in your head already? Well, good luck. You crazy like the rest. I don't know where he got that from, like feeling some type of way. I guess maybe because I said hell no, but I'm not saying that to offend anybody. It's just, why did you ask me that? Like, that, I feel like anybody, if you ask the question like straight up out of nowhere, are you a lesbian? Or are you straight? Just in general, like, you will feel some type of way. Like, why would you even ask that? Like, that's how I was coming off. So I'm not trying to offend anybody that's a lesbian or whatever. But that's how I just felt. Like, why are you coming up to me asking me that random question? Like, bruh. So then he goes, you bet you didn't go anywhere today. You sat. I'm there all day while the weirdos team stayed in your ear telling you what to do and not to duck with me. Y'all hear this? Like, okay. So I texted back and I said, LMAO, you're a bum ass nigga. I actually did some productive things today. What did you do besides sit on your lazy ass? You know why you living in a tent? Because you're lazy as fuck. How about going and getting a job? You're mad because I'm not hopping on your dick. You said I was like the rest, using you for what you have. What exactly, I said this sentence so completely wrong, but it's supposed to be like, what exactly do you have? Nigga, you're living in a fucking tent. If I wanted to use somebody, it would be somebody who has shit. I've been in this predicament for a week. How long have you been in this predicament? 5 years? Nigga, you're a waste of time. So he didn't end up texting me back, right? For a while. He didn't text back. And so he ended up coming over to where I was because I had to wait to try to get in again. And then he apologized. And he started talking about like people in that area being weird and like not knowing who to trust. And like people are always talking about him. And he was telling me that I need to think for myself and not let people get in my head and listen to people, what they say about him and all that crap. And I'm just sitting here like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Because nobody has said anything about him. Like, he's just multiple personality disorder or something. Like, something is really wrong with him. Like, he needs some professional help, yo, coming out of nowhere with that stuff. And so he's like, you know, you got to think for yourself. You can't listen to what people say. You can't let them get in your head or whatever. And he was like, see, I'm not like that. And I realized that I was wrong. And that's why I could come to you as a man and apologize for my behavior. And I'm just like, yeah, And I was like, yeah, because it was kind of weird. I was like, oh, he just needs some Midol or something. He was like, Midol, what is that? And I was like, you don't know what Midol is? He was like, no. And I was like, it's a pill, you know, like when girls have that time of the month. He got so mad at this point. He was smoking his cigarette. He threw the cigarette flames at me. Like, yo, like the ashes fell off on me and the flame hit me. Like, yo. So I'm just like, wow. And he started like riding his bike off and I'm just like, you just mad because you ain't getting none. Like, and you ain't gonna get none. Like, you live in a tent. The heck? So then, this is where it gets weird. Okay, hold on. Okay, so at the time, there was a girl next to me, right? And her name was Vanessa. So she was next to me, and we were talking and stuff. And I told her about everything that happened because of all that. And so he ended up responding to me saying something, you think you funny right now because that crackhead bitch all in your ear. But she not going to help you when my homegirls from my gang come. And then Vanessa saw this, and so she took the phone and she texted him and she said, then those hoes better ask for Vanessa. And then he was like, so you can he said, so you can apologize like a woman, or I can show you who you fucking with. And then she said, nah, ask for Vanessa. And then he was like, black bitches always try and down black men. That's why you get treated like shit. She said, nah. He was like, okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. See what's cracking. And she responded back and she said, nigga, please ask for Vanessa. She right inside. So, was that the last time? Okay, so then he texts back a little while later and was like, we gonna see. And he was like, on your head till you leave downtown. And so at this point, we was already inside the building. And I said, you're pathetic. You're not coming. Don't text me again. Because we had already been over there for a long time, and he had yet to come over. He had said that he was on his way a long time ago, and he didn't even come. So we like, what's good, homie? Like, you ain't even come. And I was just really confused at them. So I wish I had the message, but I don't have it anymore, because I ended up, like, I had sent this text message, these messages to my friends, and I sent it to my mama, and I sent it to my dad. So I saw the messages in my email sent to my dad, but I don't have all of them because all of them didn't come through. But there was one message where he told me he was going to drag me down the streets of downtown LA. And I said, homie, I want to see you try. Like, I had to do the clap it emoji because, like, I ain't scared of you. You want to go get your people from the gang on me? Like, what's good? Like, I ain't scared of none of them hoes. Like, what's up? And, yeah. So that's the story, guys. That is the story about a homeless drug dealer. I was like, I asked him too. I said, how are you a drug dealer but you homeless? How you in a gang but you homeless? Because if you in a gang, wouldn't your people got your back? Like, that's all I'm just saying. I would think, but whatever. So anyways, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.